What's up, fam? What's up? Let's get this live. How's everyone doing? Good morning, James. Good morning, Dusty. All right. I literally just woke up, guys. I had the craziest sleep ever. Bitcoin is coming down slowly but surely. I feel amazing. I feel amazing. I needed sleep. Holy, I feel like I haven't slept for a year. Right after my live, I crashed very, very hard. And we've got the London session tonight, but crypto live is on right now. If you guys got in a short last night, you guys are absolutely printing. Absolutely printing. Bearish short looking good, up almost 500%. Let's go, James. Good morning, Wayne Rossi. How we doing, CJDV? All right, guys, top of the hour after the New York Open, okay? Now, here's the thing, guys. New York is all about manipulation. Thomas, what is up? Thomas, you're missing out. All right. IXCO, what is up? Let's go, fam. Our trade is popping off. Popping off, guys. So, I'm in a Bitcoin short, all right? I haven't exited my Bitcoin short yet. I'm going to show you guys the trade that we're in. Argil, how we doing? Pyrogenetics, good morning. Okay. So we are in a 20x Bitcoin short. And I know a lot of people think that Bitcoin is going to reverse here, guys, but I'm going to show y'all something in a minute. Thank you for tuning into the live, guys. Make sure you tap and smash that like button, guys. Let's get this trending. I feel so rested, which means that we're going to have a really, really good live. But in the next hour, New York is definitely going to try and manipulate a bit. And by manipulate, I mean pump. All right. Now, not necessarily pump hard, but definitely pump and dump a bit, right? Pump and dump a bit, pump and dump a bit. Now, if you're in a short, you always want to set your stop loss and profit, okay? But I'm going to show you guys something right here and what Bitcoin is essentially doing. So we are in a Bitcoin short, guys. We are in a 20x short. I'm either going to make a lot of money on this or I'm going to break even. And that's kind of how I'm looking at the trade. Obviously, we could see Bitcoin ranging a bit here after the close. Just like to show my trades with everybody and be transparent. So we're up about $1,800. 20x short at 89.9. We're at 89.3 now. So I'm probably up about 1,600, which is fine. Okay, so that is my trade. But I want to show you guys something on the possible reversal thesis. Okay, so let's take away all of this for a minute and throw something else on here so you guys could know exactly what is happening in the market. Okay, there is no chance Bitcoin is coming back up unless we break this. So here's the back test of the trend at the moment. Sorry about coughing there. There you go, guys, right there. Nobody should have been longing. Right there. It written in the cards again. Now, for me, I've been tired the last week, so hopefully you guys have been making money. I didn't long anything, so I'm fine. But written in the cards, breaking this uptrend. Okay? So all Bitcoin really did was backtest this uptrend that it broke. That's all it did. Yesterday, that pump was backtesting the uptrend that it broke. And what do you do when you get a backtest of an uptrend? Well, usually you continue back down. Now, there is a tweezer reversal forming on the 18-hour candle. And if you look right here, guys, your 4 hour is completely over. Your 4 hours completely overbought. So what that means is we need to change our channel, right? A lot of people were telling me not to short last night, guys. The trend is your friend. Ali, good morning. So, guys, the trend is your friend. So at the moment, now this is a new channel on Bitcoin. This is a conversion. This is a conversion line on Bitcoin right here, about 81, which lines up with our macro 800 SMA. And then this is the bottom of the channel. Now, I'm not holding any trades till the bottom of the channel. What I'm going to do is I'm simply going to wait until this 4 hours oversold, and I'm going to reevaluate. As of right now, Bitcoin could go to 81 today or tomorrow, possibly even today. We'll see, right? As of right now, but we back tested the break of the macro trend. Now we have a smaller trend right here that we're following, right? So we got a smaller trend now right here, and this is, you're going to be a new channel, which means that right, this is going to be a new channel, which basically means that this is going to be the next bottom in that area right there, hypothetically, which is going to be about 85.5. So I know longing looks okay when you're overbought or you're oversold, but in the macro, we are definitely going down, okay? We did break out yesterday, guys. We broke out of this area right here, which made sense that we would possibly come up to here. But the thing is, New York manipulated. And off of that manipulation pump to 90,005, we had one big red candle all the way back down, right? Don't know if I use spider lines, but Bitcoin is rejecting off 89.9. I don't use spider lines, but I've seen how they're used, and they do play out very, very well. Now, in the shorter term, guys, with the New York session here, obviously there's going to be some oversold volume coming in, so I can see Bitcoin ranging a bit. But after this 4 hour candle, 18 into the 18-hour close, I would expect us to come down quite a bit. So if you're looking at chasing a short, you got to set your leverage properly. We dropped a lot from 89.9. This would be a good area to short, but you can't really be doing high leverage in this area because it could come back up to 89.3, 89.4. This is what we were talking about on the live last night, guys. We were talking about this MACD. Now, if you guys go watch the live, I said probably in 6 to 8 hours, this MACD is going to switch at the conversion line of the bullish breakout. It did, in fact, just that. And your 4 hour is very overbought. So there's a possibility that Bitcoin does come to 80K today or even 85. Okay. Very big possibility. Guys, I need you guys doing a favor. Okay. Smash that like button, hit it, tap it, share it on x.com, Facebook, whatever you got to do. Okay. Oh yeah. Here's the thumbnail for today. The Grim Reaper. All right. I like my Grim Reaper, but I got to use it today. Right here. That's the best thumbnail I could possibly do. for today. All right. So the market isn't even bearish. What the market is a broken uptrend. You can't even call this market bearish or bullish. It just broke an uptrend, right? So there's Bitcoin for y'all. We'll see where Bitcoin goes before the live is over. This could honestly hit 85K to 80K even today. Who was shorting Bitcoin last night on the live, and who is in there short still on Bitcoin after the live? Sup fam, long from here, but I've set a tight stop loss. Loza, set your stop loss to profit, all right? Guys, the trend is your friend. That is all I can say about crypto. The trend is your friend. The trend is your friend, okay? I'm very excited this is 4 hours overbought right now. I'm an ETH short till 2750. Christoph, let's look at Ethereum. Hit that like button, guys. Tap it, hit it, smash it, whatever you got to do, okay? So ETH is kind of in the same boat here as Bitcoin. I'm really glad I'm short to 80K my take profit. There we go. By the way, guys, I got a message, y'all, about the giveaway. I fell asleep last night. I was very, very tired. I don't even remember doing the live last night. I'll be honest with everybody. So if you're looking at a Bitcoin short, I'd be holding that Bitcoin short almost to about 2,600. Non-financial advice. You broke the uptrend right here. But if you look at this and create a channel from right here to right here, you're pretty much rocking to about 26, 27. You break right there on ETH. Yeah, 20, 26, 25, 50 even. I would even say 25, 50 in that area because you pretty much broke it and back tested it. But 20, 26, 2,600 is a good area to close that Ethereum short. If you look at Ethereum, nothing is going to hold up, really, nothing. We back tested that daily trend. So now we could go back to the weekly thesis of Bitcoin breaking it. We'll go to that in a minute here. Shout out to Hungry. Okay, so obviously this is a good area for a take profit, but now because we back tested, we're looking at, 2,700 is not a bad area. Anywhere around 2,650 to 2,700, or a lot lower. Or a lot lower. Hit that like button, guys, if you have not. Live crypto trading crash, whatever you want to call it. This is amazing. You said you want to wait to see what the 4-hour candle closes at. Can you tell us what you're looking at with the 4-hour candle? Yeah, so this 4-hour candle, ultimately, I know we're going to keep on dropping. But I'm not even looking for the 4-hour candle. What I'm looking for is my stochastic RSI. So we could see that the stochastic RSI since the last night live, the KND has touched. As long as that KND keeps separating and we keep going down, we're good. Although if you look at your 18-hour time frame, there's no reason we should be going back up. The 18-hour is completely in the MACD, almost below the zero line. And the daily is about to get in the zero line MACD. And guys, when I say this, if the daily gets in the zero line MACD, this isn't even a drop. This is a range sell-off, okay? Once we get in the zero line MACD right here on the daily, that is when things are going to get real. for the drop, okay? Right now, we're just ranging. We broke. We back tested the range. Now we are just ranging, okay? So you can see Bitcoin tried to push up once, twice, tried to break it right here, tried to break it right here, right? I get it. There's a lot of liquidity up there. I completely get it. But this is strong resistance right here, which was that conversion line on the downtrend. So the reason we haven't hit that top of that 93 is because we already broke a macro trend here from 80K, okay? The 80K macro trend is what we broke. All right, XRP short around 186. Let's go check out XRP. Guys, I'm telling you, these altcoins are going to come a lot lower. This isn't even a drop yet. We haven't even dropped. I could see XRP dropping all the way down. So, yeah, typically 188 to 186 would be a good take profit. But right now, things are about to get really, really fun in the market. All right. This market's very easy to read. I love how easy to read this market is. It's like, this is probably the easiest to read market I've traded in a couple of years. You just got to kind of get out of the motions. That's the problem, right? So I can see XRP coming all the way down to 175, okay? 175 on XRP. Look at Bitcoin. There we go, right? I told you guys, we haven't even dropped yet. All we have been doing is ranging. This is going to be an insane live, guys. Make sure you've got your popcorn. Make sure you've got your anxiety pills. All right. But I am loving this. Loving it, loving it. I woke up feeling good. I didn't even have to look at my trade. I didn't look at my trade at all last night. I had full confidence in the market. Okay. So again, we haven't really dropped yet. Now Bitcoin is trying to set into the real direction. 85.3 would be an okay take profit. I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. But ultimately, you guys could hold this trade till the 4 hour is oversold. That is an idea. However, 86, you're probably going to get some momentum, short-term momentum with a little short-term pump, right? So perfect back test. If you guys got a short right here, you could literally ride this back down to 80K. If you really wanted to, you could. So potentially my take profit would be making me about $22,000 if I held it. Not sure what I want to do at the moment. I'll have to see. Right. But we are kind of coming down there in the shorter term. I do want to look at that Barra chain short. Shout out to James for taking the Barra short. Let's go, guys. Let's run this up. There we go. You could still short Barra chain if you're looking at a short. You could still short Barra chain here. Stop loss at 84.2. Manage your leverage, right? Stop loss at 84.2. And you're rocking and rolling all the way down to about 67 on a Barra chain short. And Barra is about to absolutely dump. Yeah, Barra has a long ways to go. It has not even broken hard, just slowly bleeding. Exactly, right? Remember, it stacks, right? Barra will probably start dumping within the next 4 to 8 hours because this MACD is about to touch the zero line, which is your death line essentially, right? All right, guys, keep on smashing that like button. Open up YouTube on another window. Open up Twitch, whatever you guys got to do. Let's get this thing absolutely trending today. It is showing an inverse head and shoulder on Barra, but I wouldn't really pay too much attention to it, right? So, yeah, you're looking about 55 at the bottom, but you could get a small retrace down to about 67 on Barra. Good morning, Kevin. How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing great. Let's go, fam. We are printing. We're up almost $3,000 on our Bitcoin short, and I'm not even looking at taking profit. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. There we go. The 4 hour is slowly starting to settle in here. One hour hasn't even touched the bottom of the RSI, guys. We just broke the trend pretty much last night, right? The trend is your friend. The trend is your friend. Remember, if you guys want to make wicked money in this market, I would not be looking at longing at all. If you want to make wicked money in an uptrend, I would not be looking at shorting. Because now things get different. This is literally a retrace off of the macro trend from 80K, 81K. This is a broken trend. This isn't even a breaking trend on the 1 hour or 4 hour. This is a macro bear pennant that literally just broke right now. So even though we broke this trend right here, you got to redraw your channel. And that would pretty much take us to, well, 80K and a lot lower. All right, let's take a look at Solana, guys. Welcome. If you're new to the live, let me know in the comment section below. If you're OG, I appreciate you for being here. Solana is no different, guys. Solana is doing the same song and dance here. So Solana is doing the same thing. We've been in this downtrend on Sol. We never even hit the top. Well, there's no way we're hitting the top now. Now you're looking at Solana, and you're pretty much looking at Sol drop into about 99 to 100 bucks. Someone said Sol was coming down to there. You're probably right. Michael Chapman, good morning or good evening. Good morning. How you doing? I really hope a lot of people set stop losses, guys, and all that, spot trades, all of that jazz, because it is about to get very fun for the market. But if you're shorting, you're good. You're making a lot of money. So, yeah, I could potentially see the bottom on Solana now at around $100. What is crazy, though, is Solana never broke the uptrend. This is why I did not want to look at Solana coins until we broke that uptrend. Blue collar traders, hey, how you doing? Thank you for joining the live, fam. I appreciate it. This should be the bottom. And then you should see Solana rocket to about 154. Or that is what I'm thinking at the moment. So now we could say that we finally broke the weeklies. So now we could finally go to the weekly. Now we could finally go to the weekly, fam. And we can finally do our price update prediction, whatever you want to call it, right here. Because now that is the break right there. And that would pretty much take us down to our 59K target, to around $69,000 target, okay? But in the shorter term, we're going to look at the channel, And this is the channel to about 80K at the conversion line. Okay, so we're looking at about 80K to the conversion line. There's a possibility Bitcoin bounces off of this 80K or 81K. But ultimately, we're targeting 70K at the moment. We'll see how far Bitcoin goes down today. Tim, let's go. Pirate Genetics, how you feeling about the market? I would love to get your feedback. Appreciate you, man, for joining. Hope you're doing good. Guys, where is everybody? This live should be skyrocketing, right? I think a lot of people were caught off by this drop. A lot of people were caught off by this drop, guys, because we hit that 97K and people thought we were bullish right away, right? Silver's starting to pump again. CJDV, how you doing, brother? All right, let's check out silver. We got silver on XC, so we're fine. 4 hours moving up. Okay, so silver's on a nice little uptrend here, as it has been for quite some time. So silver should rip all the way to about 97 bucks in the shorter term. You guys could actually long silver on MEXC if you want. But silver did break out for sure. Silver definitely did break out. And you can see that silver is going to pop to about, 97, ultimately 100. We can see silver going to 100 for sure. This would be my long on silver. If I was going to take a long on silver, it would be right here. My stop loss would be below 92-ish, 90, even 92, 91, below that fair value gap. We have a really nice uptrend here on silver forming. You think it's going to drop that much even with 4 hour and 8 hour showing bullish dive. So here's the deal with the bullish dive. So when you've got bullish divergence, you're always going to have bullish divergence in a drop. If Bitcoin, so yeah, 4 hour, where's their full 4 hour bullish dive here? Okay, let's go to the 8 hour time frame. There really isn't any bullish divergence on Bitcoin in the 8 hour. The MACD is pointing down. The RSI is pointing down. If it took a lower low of 87 for sure, but it isn't if it's going to drop that low, guys. The big thing here is it doesn't matter what TA you're looking at, RSI, anything. That you could rule out the RSI, take out the MACD. You could even take off every other indicator in the world on this chart right now, and you will see that Bitcoin broke the uptrend from 80K. So the reality is this trend that we have been following consistently for since November of 2025 is now broken. So what that means is whales don't want to hold a trend that is broken from November 2025. Yes, it broke out. Sure, it broke out of this downtrend right here. We get that, right? But this actual trend is the new trend that we're following right here. Okay, so this trend is the new trend that we're following right here, which is if you're scalping, you're going to make some money longing for sure. But initially, you are going to come back down to this 80K target just because, maybe not today, but just because you broke this trend right here. And then obviously after you break this trend, you're going to find a new trend. It would have to break out of that downtrend channel, which if you look right here, guys, we've just been in a macro bearish pennant since all the way of November 2025. Okay. Now lower time frames were oversold, right? 15 minutes oversold in the lower time frame, but the 1 hour, the 1 hour MACD just crossed and the actual trend broke. So for scalpers, you guys may be able to long this a bit. For me though, I'm just going to watch until we get a breakout or until we continue to dump, right? All right, so that is Bitcoin in a nutshell. Now I do want to go look at stacks here and see if we're starting to drop off that conversion line. Oh, look, we hit the top. See, this would have been a good long if I remembered it. We hit the top. Now it looks like STX stacks is about to roll over. You've got this resistance right here. Which would pretty much take it all the way down to about 23. A little bit of inverse head and shoulder, probably going to be invalidated. Keep in mind, if you guys could find a really good entry on stacks, I would definitely do that. I can't say get into it now, but I would say get into it when we break the conversion line. Like I said, we have a bit of a fake out here. We're completely overbought, but you got a really, really big drop coming on STX as long as Bitcoin continues to drop. Any new trades to enter? Sorry, joining late. A Bitcoin short, I guess, but you know, you'd have to manage your leverage. I would say a Bitcoin short. It's really tough to short Bitcoin though when that 15 minutes oversold, right? So if you can manage your leverage and put a stop loss above 90,005, a Bitcoin short. Otherwise, just wait for the 15-minute to be overbought. Because correct, that 15-minute is oversold. You got 15 minutes left on this 4-hour close, guys, right? All right. Let's see what we got happening here on CoinGecko, if anything. Nothing. The same coins are running or breaking out. Render's a top loser right now. So if we look at Render, I haven't looked at Render in a bit here. But yeah, if we look at render is not looking too bad. I could see render dropping all the way back down to here. That trend already broke on render, so all render was doing was faking out. I still think Barachain would be my best short, guys, or my top or my favorite short for sure. But if you guys could find a good setup on render, we could drop all the way back down to about 150. I would say render around 150 would be a good area for us to drop to. And then ultimately, if we do break that area right there, we see render come down to $1. So if you guys could find a good entry on render, let's see. MACD's pushing down. We're still on a little uptrend there. I would say if I was going to short render, it would probably be the break of the 200 SMA on the 4-hour time frame, because technically render is still very, very bullish right now. But this 200 SMA on the 4-hour time frame is definitely printing bearish, okay? So again, we're going to have a little pump in the shorter term, guys, in the market. And again, guys, New York is all about manipulating, just so y'all know. So New York is 100% all about manipulating the market. You're going to drop, you're going to pump, you're going to drop, you're going to pump. After the manipulation, you do distribute. And since we know that the direction is down, we can see New York probably distributing to the downside over the rest of the day, right? So just understand, guys, that New York can manipulate. Okay, so you can already see that right here. You see a drop, 88.4. You see a pump in the shorter term here. Price entry short for render. I can't give a price entry because render is just ranging right now. It would be whatever the 200 SMA break is on the pretty much the 200 SMA break, whatever that time frame is. And you're not just looking for the break, you're also looking for the back test, right? You're also looking for the back test as well, because the back test is going to show you that it is going to be bearish off that 200 SMA break. It is essentially just like breaking a trend line, right? Okay, how about Pump Fund? Has Pump Fund come back inside of the channel yet? Nope, Pump Fund is still broken out, right? Pump Fund has still broken to the downside. I mean, sorry, Pump Fund has still broken to the upside, but we are looking pretty grim on Pump Fund. You can see we broke out right here, guys, right here. Very nice breakout on Pump Fund. However, it looks like we're about to get possibly a big fake out here and break this. If we break this, Pump Fund breaks down pretty heavy. If not, then we're going to play this range. I would keep an eye on Pump Fund because this is a breakout, a back test. But yeah, if we break this channel, guys, there could be an opportunity to short it all the way back down to here, which would be a 16% drop. And the 4 hour is completely overbought on pump fund. 8 hours just ranging, broke trend. I would say pump fund could very well fake out of that breakout. It looks like it will. It just back tested the 18 hour or the 8 hour RSI break. Jay Sizzle, what is up? Welcome to the live. I appreciate you guys for all being on the live today for the New York session. Again, guys, New York is all about manipulation. So if we get a drop, we're going to get a pump. We get a drop, we get a pump, and then we're pretty much going to settle off into the right direction after manipulation, okay? So just so you guys know that, if New York manipulates, you're going to pump or drop in that direction. The market is going pretty heavy after the manipulation, right? So we've got about 10 minutes left here on this candle into New York. You can see pretty big pump up to 89.4, right? So that was a pretty big move right there. Big if you started shorting it, you know, around now, but if you started shorting it up here, should be fine. Just made it. What did I miss? Long or short? I am not longing anything. I refuse to long the market when the 18-hour MACD is pointing down and the daily. But in the short term, Bitcoin is trying to push up to that neckline of the double top. However, we did break. So if you're just tuning into the live, guys, we did break this macro bearish pennant, right? So that is essentially what we're looking for, the break of that macro bearish pennant. What's up, Jordan? How we doing? And guys, remember what I said about the 3-day time frame too? That 3-day is rejecting the breakout, right? So if you go to the 3-day time frame right here to right here, this 3-day from 97K or whatever it was rejecting that breakout. You can see the 3-day just dropping, right? Over the next 2 days, completely coming down, which means this 3-day is going to send momentum to the downside. And then if you look at the 4-day and the 2-day, you want to line everything up together, right? If you look at the 2-day, you're rejecting the breakout of the actual MACD. So if we were going to be extremely bullish, this MACD would break the bullish zero line right here. Everything would be kosher, massive pump. However, we're rejecting the breakout. All right. Bentley in the back looks good. Winning wave. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And then same thing, guys. 4-day is going to move up or pretty close and reject the breakout, right? So you just follow everything right there. And then the big dagger here for everybody, and I did mention this at the beginning of the live, but I'm going to mention it now because you never go against a monthly trend. There is hidden bullish divergence on the monthly, which made it make sense that we pump. But the MACD on the monthly was not bullish at all. All right, the MACD on the monthly was not bullish at all. Jordan, we're Beast Limitless fam, all right? New Beast Limitless trading. Those were the good old days. It's 2026 now. All right, so the monthly's coming down, guys. The RSI is coming down. The RSI actually broke trend here too. So this should have been an indication to me that we are going to continue to drop. But yeah, there you go. It was written in the cards the whole time. So that monthly bullish divergence, that hidden, is probably going to be invalidated. And now you're going to see this monthly settle. And the reason you're seeing the monthly settle is because we've got 10 days before the monthly close. 10 days before the monthly close is why you're seeing the monthly time frame start to play out, right? So shout out to you guys if you're making money on the short. Now, I would love to hold this short to 80K, but I'm also not numb to know that we're going to range for a bit. So we possibly could range to about 86.6. That would be my short-term take profit, 86.6 if we go right here on Bitcoin. Right, we're trying to hold that trend, guys. Remember what I told you guys about that weekly trend. We're really trying to hold it. I don't see us holding it. We're very, very close to breaking it. If we break this weekly trend line that I have here, that is where things are going to cause fireworks, shock waves, whatever you want to call it, right? So the next order block right here, or the next liquidity gap, is about 87. The 4-hour time frame, you're looking at about 86.4. The 18-hour, you're looking at about 84. So 84 would be another major area where I would possibly take profit, but 86.6 would be a shorter term. It depends how long you want to ride this, right? We're very, very bearish right now. So we could possibly just dump all the way down here today. It depends. I would love to be live for 4 hours, but that bear chain short's probably my favorite. I'll be honest with you guys. Besides Bitcoin, I would say that bear chain short's my favorite. All right, what else could we look at here? See, Bitcoin's really, let's look at Farcoin. Farcoin broke out, right? Farcoin absolutely broke out. We can see that. We've literally got the perfect breakout on Farcoin right here. But it looks like Farcoin is not going to hold the breakout. It looks like Farcoin is going to be a massive fake out right now based on the daily MACD, the 18-hour MACD, the 3-day. Nothing is safe in the world of trading right now, at least in crypto for longs or shorts. Silver's trying to break ETH. Nice. So silver and gold is looking very, very good. Yeah, look at silver. Silver is crushing it. I'd have to go to my monthly. Yeah, silver is on a whole nother level right now. That's why I don't recommend shorting silver. But you're probably going to see silver come up to around like I said, 98, right? if you guys took that silver long earlier, you're already in profit. 98 would be my top, but we're breaking all-time highs, so we keep on going, keep on going. What is USDT.D doing? It's about to break out. Remember what I said, guys, on Tether Dom? I said Tether Dom's probably going to break this channel. 10% on Tether Dom. And it looks like Tether Dom is about to do just that. We're pretty much at that bottom. We have the MACD about to cross. We have the 3-day oversold. We have Bitcoin, right? We have the 3-day going down on Bitcoin, and Tether Dom, the 3-day is going up. Weekly is going up for another 3 days here, roughly. Okay, guys, 4 hours about to close on Bitcoin here, which means that the manipulation should be done for the most part. Should be. I want to see how this 4-hour candle closes, matching with the RSI and the stochastic here. But we should be dropping into the 18-hour close based on the fact that the 18-hour is completely into the zero line now, right? Bit of a fake out there and then drop. All right, so 4 hour. Four hours finished. MACD is pushing down on the 1 hour. 1 hour is oversold, which is okay. 15 minutes going up here a bit, right? 5 minutes overbought. 15-minute is moving up. But that MACD is pushing down on the 1 hour. The 4 hour. The 4 hour is pushing down. So this is what I wanted to see. I want to see if the KND is dropping on the 4 hour time frame. If the KND is dropping on the 4 hour time frame, then we are continuing the big sell-off. Okay. Something that people don't really look at, guys, is the stochastic RSI. This little move up here meant that we were pushing back up on the 4 hour candle. And we did. But you can pretty much see this 4 hour time frame pushing down after the 4 hour, that 8 hour close too. And yeah, maybe we get a short-term range here until that 15-minute is oversold, or even a bit of a pump. But for the most part, you're going to see that this momentum is pushing down on Bitcoin. Any volume that is going to come in now, guys, is just going to be about range momentum from 89. Is there a fair value gap here? 89.1 to about 89.5. If we get any range momentum, you're looking about 89.1 to about 89.5. But be very, very cautious before the 18-hour close. I will say that, because that 18-hour close is going to be very, very, very interesting with the MACD pushing down on the 18-hour and the daily. All right. All right, guys, thank you all for joining the YouTube live. We kind of know the direction of the market. Set your stop losses in profit. I will be back for the London session at 1 a.m. I'm looking at a rough take profit around 86 for my trade, but I may hold it to 84 and I may even hold it to 80. I'm not sure. Make sure you guys are locked into beastlimitless.com. I will be doing updates on my short. Here's James with that 89.9 spider line rejection. Shout out to everybody, guys, being active in the chat. Go hang out in the pack chat, guys. I really appreciate everybody. All right, beastlimitless.com. It is free. But we will see you guys all back at London, 1 a.m. CST. Hope everyone has a wonderful day, guys, and thank you for joining the New York Live. And please, guys, set your stop losses and profit and protect your capital. All right.